Hello, hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Woman to Woman with Joanne, the talk show. Today, we are here with the lovely Officer Colendula Green, and she's an instructor with the Jackson Police Department. And I'm so excited that we get to hear a part of her story and why she decided to become a police officer and everything that she's learned along the way. Welcome, Miss Colendula.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for deciding and choosing to be here on the show. I'm so excited to hear your story and talk about being a police officer and being a woman police officer and all of the and about that journey of being a police officer. So the first question that we always ask with Woman to Woman with Joanne is, please tell us where you were born and raised.
Well, I call myself an Eminem. I was born in Flint, Michigan, raised in the rural area of Montmores, Michigan.
What is it?
Montmores, Michigan.
Montmores, okay.
Yes. It's more like, it's country, rural. It's different from the city of Flint, Michigan. I was good in sports. I was All-American. Been playing sports since the tender age of 5, where, once I graduated from high school, I was presented with several scholarships, at which I took the basketball scholarship. Awesome. And I transferred to Kansas City, Kansas, where I pretty much signed my contract, broke my contract, came to Jackson State.
Jackson State, the I love, they say.
Yes, indeed. And where I received a degree for criminal justice and also criminology. Went to grad school with the elementary education program. So it's been a blessing since I've been here. So that's why I call myself an M&M. I'm from Michigan, but reside in Mississippi.
That's it, M&M.
Yes,
Michigan
yes.
to Mississippi.
Yes, indeed.
So tell me your experience in Mississippi since you stayed here. You must have loved it a little bit.
Well,
Talk to me about your experience here.
It's been an experience. I'm quite sure you probably get that a lot from a lot of different people that's from the northern areas, because we're used to, in our communities, we're used to the melting pot. We're used to all shades of people in our communities, all shades of people at our schools, even today, all shades of people. Right. To here is like a black and white thing, even in the school systems. So it was like, it was a major culture shock trying to cope because I'm, I'm just a free person. So it's like, I'm just so open with everything that I do. It's like everything is just different here. Yeah. So I had to learn to adjust. At the same time, the weather is beautiful. The people that I came in contact are beautiful people, but everybody are different in their own way. So it was a major adjustment. Right. Because it's different. It's fast paced up north. Here is laid back. But at the same time, I'm glad that I'm still here. I have 2 sons, that's here. I was married for 17 years. So at the same time, I stayed here to raise my family, and their roots is from here. I have family here. Right. So I'm just glad to be here, and it's been a blessing since. Right. Yes.
And I always tell everybody, I love my Mississippi. Don't plan on moving anywhere. I'll go and visit. But I'm coming back home to Mississippi.
Well, I like to go home. My home is Michigan. You can't. Those are my roots, and but I do also have family roots here. My sons and their family is here, so I still have roots in both places. I have my granddad; he's from Louisiana, Homer, Louisiana, and I have a lot of family that on my granddad's side, and my grandmother, she was born in Camden, Arkansas. So they migrated up north during the times of the civil rights movement. So I have so many family that I'm still meeting today. Because my maiden name is Norton. So, and I still use my married name, which is Green. So it's a wonderful thing being here, because you pretty much come in contact with people from all walks of life. Yes. Everybody has a story. A lot of people want you to listen to it. So everybody is interesting and unique.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody
in their own way.
Yes. And everybody wants you to listen to their story.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about being a police officer. What was your motivation? Is that something that you've always wanted to do?
Well, I wanted to go and become a lawyer. At the time when I was young, my dad, who raised me, Vietnam vet, he would sit down and, I would listen to the war stories that he would tell me when he was in combat. And that what gave me the interest in order to go into policing. When I pretty much finished up in, college, I went that direction. At the time, I filled out for application at the Highway Patrol, but at the same time, I was still in undergrad school. I had got accepted, but I was still in undergrad school, so I wanted to finish my studies, where I proceeded on to go to graduate school. But the thing is, the reason why I wanted to go into the line of law enforcement, is because I'm a helper of people. I mean, from all walks of life. We only have one human race.
Yes.
All types of shades of people.
Right.
So my thing is this: I wanted to be able to work in the community and work closely with the elderly and also the young children, which I mentor today, and also work with the elderly today. So that was my mindset, and I'm glad that, 15 and almost 16 years later, I'm still in my career and in my calling.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Okay, you guys, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with more Woman to Woman with Joanne. My name is Amika Coleman, and I am the founder and CEO of Strands of Faith. Strands of Faith is a faith-based hair and beauty lifestyle brand, and we focus on providing moisturizing products for dry hair textures. Our products are geared towards naturals who have dry textures and they need to replenish the moisture in their hair, so they offer a great moisture balance. And also for those naturals who want to grow their hair to long lengths, our products are great because they offer length retention. We currently have 9 products. 6 products are featured in our Holy Grail collection. That's our main collection that focuses on moisture. And then we have 3 additional products that were added later: a shampoo bar, a sealing oil, and a moisturizing styling custard. Our products are handmade in small batches, and we use quality ingredients. And our goal is to create our products to be as clean as possible, so we don't use harsh ingredients. And also, I test each product on my hair first before they're ever placed in the hands of the consumer. We pray over each of our products, and they're made with a ton of love and a lot of faith. Okay, you guys, we're back. We're still here with the beautiful Officer Colendula Green. So, Officer Green, tell us about your journey through the police academy, how that was, and then to where you are now.
Well, it was an awesome journey. I started off as a patrol cop, 2005, rookie cop. That's what everybody, the veterans call us, worked my way up. Came downtown under the traffic unit, where I worked under the downtown patrol unit to bring the stakeholders together with the police department, doing, a lot of, customer service and, working with the citizens, riding segways and scooters. That was a fun job. Later on, where I was able to earn my way up to interview and become the public information officer, where that was working with as a liaison from my department and the media as far as of information dissemination. Did that for several years, until I stopped in 2016, got the position back, and also stopped that in 2019. During that same time, I was working as a property crimes detective in a major investigation unit, where I work with embezzlements, forgery, frauds. You have it, the house burglary, business burglaries. I mean, it was a consistent. Position, and all my cases were indicted, thankfully. From that, I worked in patrol again. Then from that, I'm at the academy, training recruits.
Training recruits.
Yes, indeed.
So you get
training
right
recruits.
back to where you started.
Absolutely.
The academy, and
Absolutely.
Now you are the instructor at the academy, right?
Yes, and I forgot to tell you, I was also in backgrounds when I was doing the public information duties. I was also working as a background investigator, and working in the field, going to the homes of the potential candidates to make sure that they were quality over quantity. So
Candidates for the police department?
police recruits, yes.
Awesome.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome. So how has it been going back and teaching or instructing where you started in the first place? How has that been? What kind of feeling does that give you?
I mean, it's a great feeling, knowing that I'm back where I started, knowing that I'm all about quality,
Yeah.
you know, and my thing is that, you know, it's so important to put quality on the streets. So that
Yes.
way, when the citizens come in contact with quality officers, they know that they've been trained the right way.
Right.
So it's so important.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Right. And I also read on, of course, I was doing my own little background studying. I also read on your page that you are a national certified mental health instructor. Did I say that right?
Yes, I'm a state certified instructor also, and I'm also as an instructor for the mental illness and the two doctors who actually implemented the module, the CIT module from Memphis, and they came. One is from Dr. DuPont and Dr. Kersey from the VA in Memphis, and also from the University of Memphis. They came down to Meridian in 2017. And myself, along with some, a couple of people from the Hines Behavior Health and other, agencies as well. And they trained us on how to, far as to be instructors. Right. The reason why this module was so important to them is because it was an incident that happened in Memphis where this guy, he was very mentally ill. He had an object in his hand, but he was killed by officers. And due to the fact that they didn't have that, they didn't provide that service during that time, so that training, so they probably would have known what to do in order to not go through those measures. Right. So Dr. DuPont and Dr. Kersey, they came down and they trained us as instructors. So I brought that information, which is in knowledge and skill set, to the police department, and I pretty much sold it to them. And I trained most of the officers that you see on the streets to become crisis intervention officers. I'm also a crisis intervention officer and an instructor. So when you see a person that might be in a crisis or a mental crisis, it's our jobs to go out there to assess, engage, and approach. And there's no time limit. We want to be able to diffuse and de-escalate the situation in a positive manner. And we work with different. We work with all the local hospitals. We work with all the AMR units. We work with all the police jurisdictions, because we want to be able to provide a service that's going to minimize the violence that might have to encounter coming from us. We want to make sure it's officer safety first and also citizen safety first. Right. So it's up to us to assess, engage. It's up to us to approach, assess, and engage. Right.
Awesome.
Yes.
So out in the field, especially during this pandemic, have you run into more cases of mental illness where you're having to de-escalate and help people to get to the place that they need to be?
Absolutely. I have friends and that I talk to, because one thing about it, when you're engaging in a conversation with someone, I tell people all the time, it's a difference between hearing and listening. Yes. When you're hearing people, you echo and echo and echo. It's like going in one ear and out the other. But when you actually subconsciously sitting there and listening to a person, you actually tune into what they're saying, and you can actually listen and see and hear what they need to know in order to get whatever service that need to be provided. Right. So, I mean, we have it all the time. It seems like the numbers don't went up because this COVID, it has a lot of people going into anxiety, depression. Yes. Some people feel like, they don't want to talk to nobody, because a lot of times people are so personal and don't realize holding that personal information in is only doing harm to themselves as far as their body organs. So, I'm not a doctor, but at the same time, having the knowledge and the skill set that I have, is so important to talk to someone who you think that genuinely care about you. Right. And, God is always the source, first. God is always the provider. When you talk to him, he going to tell you what you need. He going to give it to you. Right. But at the same time, it's always good to have somebody that you can rely on. Right. and you can love on and talk to and let them know what's going on, because it's so much out here that people are going through. Right. But our jobs is to make sure we minimize it. You know, we don't want to use any type of violence. Right. Or any type of, any other weapons or anything. We want to be able to de-escalate the situation in a positive manner.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So talk to us a little bit about domestic violence during this time. Are y'all seeing more cases of domestic violence during this time, during COVID?
Yes, it goes hand in hand. Crisis intervention and domestic violence, they go hand in hand, because at the same time, you might, go to a call dealing with, a crisis, and that might, be a domestic violence might be a crisis. Right. And, a lot of times people that have the domestic violence incidents, a lot of them are, suffering from trauma. Yeah. I think we all have some type of trauma, definitely. And at the same, but it's up to us to talk to someone, to get therapy in order to help, with that trauma, right. To be, to have a better mindset. Right. So we have cases. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of crisis cases as well that we work. But the thing is that we make sure we do immediate action. We take immediate action, and we make sure that we pretty much transport them to the hospital. Mm-hmm. We let the doctors do the evaluation. If there's a 72-hour hold that need to be placed, that is done. But we want to make sure that we are going to, if we can, keep that person with their families. Right. We're not out here just trying to just go out there searching to arrest people. We want to be able to go out there to listen to people. Mm-hmm. And be patient. Right. And assess it and de-escalate it. Right. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And I'm glad to have you, a woman on the team that has the sensitivity to know how to teach some of our counterparts. Y'all got to listen to people sometimes.
And that's so important, in
yes.
empathy.
Yes.
I mean, empathy is so important.
It really is.
If you have the mindset when you go on a call and you look at that call as if that's one of your family members,
yes,
you're going to treat that call and you're going to show empathy. Right. And it's so important. Right. So important.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. All right, you guys, we're going to take another short break, and we'll be right back with more Woman to Woman with Joanne, the talk show.
Pink Leopard is an online ladies fashion accessories boutique and a lifestyle brand. At Pink Leopard, you will find ladies' earrings, a door opener, bracelets, brooches, and many other fashion accessories. Visit us at www.mypinkleopard.com and join our mailing list so you can stay in touch with us. That's www.mypinkleopard.com.
Okay, you guys, we are back, and we're still here with the lovely Officer Colendula Green. So, Colendula, will you talk to us about going through the academy and how that was? Was it different? Were you treated different as a woman going through the police academy?
Well, my thing is this. Thank God that I came through in shape. Because, working out is like the way of life for me. Sometimes I work out 3 times a day. Mm-hmm. The only time, I'm a little juicy right now because, this Southern food here is just, it's awesome.
And quarantine.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. It's awesome. This food is great. It's rich. Yes. But at the same time, I came in shape. Mm-hmm. And due to the fact that I came in shape and I wanted to be the best that I can be, I wanted to be able to be on the same level as the men. So at the same, I worked my way up. I was the platoon leader, and the platoon leader pretty much is over the platoon, awesome. Instructing the platoon, pretty much making sure the platoon is doing what they need to do in order to graduate. So I came out, of the class with flying colors, but I knew the importance of earning your way, mm-hmm. and not, just getting it. You had to earn your keep. Right. you know, and I had to earn my keep. I had to show and prove. I had to let them know that, hey, I can do just as much push-ups and I can run just as fast as you can. So I was able to, and also with the paperwork, it's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of tests and things of that nature. So I had to stay focused with myself, and also having a family in the academy, and at the same time making sure that everybody in the squad as platoon leader was doing what they needed to do, so we wouldn't get burnt. So
you had a lot of
it
responsibility.
was absolutely, but God got me through. You know, one thing about God, you know, people don't understand when you put God first in everything you do. He always gonna make sure you got that hedge of protection around you, no matter what. You know, and that's where my strength comes from, God. Yes, indeed.
That's awesome, and it don't matter how heavy it gets, when you give it to Him, and His strength is what's doing
That's
it.
right. He got you. I mean, on every level, every level.
Amen. Hey, look, I'm like, amen, girl. Amen is my word, y'all. Okay, tell us, what is your favorite part about your job? What's your favorite part?
My favorite part about my job is going into community, talking to the citizens, just interacting with the people in the community. You know, I have people in my Facebook Messenger. They call me. Even today, I mean, I have probably 15,000 friends on my Facebook page alone. And I I don't know why people want to follow me, but hey, I'm grateful.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm making sure that I provide them a service 24 hours, because my thing is this: I'm a helper of people and I'm a giver of people, and that's what God wants us to be. Right. You know, I know I talk about God all the time. There's nothing fake about where my strength comes from. So I'm going to always push Him. And promote
Give
him
the glory,
absolutely,
you know, that
absolutely.
He deserves.
Absolutely.
He'll always protect us.
Yes, indeed. Yes, because God is everything to me.
Yes. So I do remember a couple years ago you running for sheriff. Talk to me about that. How was that?
It was an experience. It was a challenge. It was something that I was like, wow. I was broken. It broke me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people don't understand it broke me. But God kept on, persevere, child, persevere, daughter. You got, you know, you had people taking money. You had people opinionated. You had people, you know, making you not look appealing. You had people, you know, it just, when people don't want you to be up, they're going to do everything to hit you down. Right. But at the same time, I'm not bitter. Right. I'm better. Right. And being better is because of God. Right. So I don't have nothing against nobody. Right. I'm always better. I'm always better in myself. I feel like when I pass, I want to be able to be better, not bitter. Right. So, exactly. But that was a race. That was a race, you know, and it was a blessing to be coming third as the only female in the race in double digits with my, you know, boss, you know, at my former boss at the time, and then, you know, the former sheriff at the time. So it was a blessing to come in third. Right. But I am grateful for that experience. Yeah. I am grateful for that challenge. Mm-hmm. But I'm just, you know, I'm still, you know, I healed from that. Right. And I'm better from that. Right. Because experiences should make you better, not bitter.
There's always something that you can learn.
Absolutely. From. And I'm at peace. I'm grateful that I did go through that, because it broke me, but it also built me. Right. And it built me like where I'm from, Fort Tough.
Yeah.
So
right now.
God is good.
Fort Tough. So tell me, what advice would you give to a young lady who is interested in going through the police academy and becoming a police officer and earning her way up through the ranks and stuff? What advice would you give her to get started and to continue to persevere and keep moving?
Well, my advice to give another female is to have a female mentor who believe in you. Because a lot of times we as women, let's just be honest, we can be some of the bitter, we can be so mean towards one another. But I'm not like that. Right. I'm always promoting a woman, because I know how hard we have it in life. Especially in the law enforcement world. So when a woman comes to me and tell me, look, I'm interested in becoming a cop, I'm interested in doing what you do, I would always say, hey, you can shadow me. Because see, I'm like this. I want to groom somebody to be in that same position that I am. Because women, we have not just in law enforcement, in life, period.
Yes.
You know, we always looked at as being weak.
Yes.
But, you know, we are the strongest. And everybody know it. We are the one who make the wise decisions.
Right.
We are the one who pretty much run the world.
Right.
So people got to, you know, but we don't ever get that acknowledgement.
Right.
So my advice to a woman that's interested in doing whatever, not just law enforcement, get with a woman who genuinely believes in you,
Right.
who genuinely want to take that time out with you, who genuinely want to bring you in and show you the way, because it's so important. You know, it's unfortunate that I never had that, but
wow.
yeah, never. My older sisters, you know, pretty much showed me the way, but I never had people, another woman just bringing me in. Yeah.
And that is really
It is so important, but I'm glad that I got friends that surround me with love, and I'm talking about older women, middle-aged women, younger women. It's like now I got all that, and I'm just so grateful for it. But you got to, I would tell women, you got to stop being so mean. Stop being so, bring women in and embrace them.
Right.
Because you know we got it hard. Stop hating on another woman.
Right.
Stop making another woman not look so appealing.
Right.
You know? And we got to stop that. We got to stop that, because it's enough of other folks tearing us down. We don't need to tear each other down. I'm not trying to separate it, but it's just like, we got to do better.
That's right.
We got to be better and do better.
Right.
Yes.
And uplift each other.
Absolutely.
Lift each other
Absolutely.
up. And so with Woman to Woman with Joanne, especially with our magazine and now our talk show, our ultimate goal is to show Mississippi in a positive light, but to show women in a positive light, and to lift each other up and encourage each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Past whatever circumstance that you may have been through, or that you're going through, or that you're going to go through.
Because
our goal is to just build that network, so that you got somebody to call. There's somebody there. There are so many. There are women that, you know, reach out to me or that encourage me in their own way.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's
exactly
fulfilling.
what I need.
Yes, it's so fulfilling. Yes. That's why I joined Women for Progress, you know, Willie Jones and them. You know, way before I joined, you know, we always had conversation, me, myself and Willie Jones. So that's why I say I love, you know, women groups like that.
Yes.
You know, even what you do, you know, I'm always going to embrace the woman, because I know, hey, we have it hard, and I know, hey, I come from a woman, you know. So women, I'm always like cheering them on. When I see it, look at Kamala Harris, oh my God. I'm still like in shock to see this day of a woman, black woman, or just a woman.
Or a woman, period.
A woman, period. I support the woman. So I'm serious, you know, about supporting women. Just to see this day, it's a blessing. People don't understand. It's like, shoot, I'm proud.
Yes, you should be.
Yeah.
Look, woman power.
Absolutely. I'm serious about that woman power. I'm serious about that. I push a woman, you know, because that's what we're supposed to do.
Exactly.
We're supposed to do that.
Lift each other
that's
up.
our job. That's our duty.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Well, I'm so excited that you decided to come and join us on today.
Yes.
Do you do any speaking engagements or anything like that? Do you have some information that you could share where they can reach out to you?
I do. I go and do speaking engagement. I also teach mental illness outside of the department. But I speak a lot. You know, conversation pieces. I mean, I pretty much have a lot of knowledge, a lot of skill set in a lot of different areas and stuff. I'm just a humble servant of God.
Yes.
So if anybody want to get in contact with me, my personal email is my first name, COLENDULA@me.com. It's an Apple email, or cgreen@city.jackson.ms.us.
Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been absolutely wonderful.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, you guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of Woman to Woman with Joanne, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Love y'all. Bye-bye. If you would like to be a guest on the show, or if you'd like to sponsor an episode, please reach out to us. You can email us at joanne@womantowomanwithjoanne.com.